After season 2, I'd say it's a good time to be a Pollen fan, but some fans aren't exactly celebrating. They're concerned for their favorite ship, and you know what? Maybe they should be. But before we find out why, let's start with some good news.
You can choose anyone but him. He is my friend, Marina. I have known him forever. And I do not want him to be tricked and deceived.
Well, Colin Bridgerton and Penelope Featherington will be at the center of the 3rd season of the hit show. This change from Julia Quinn's original book series order skips over Benedict Bridgerton and his love affair with Sophie. Her novel, An Officer from a Gentleman, is technically the 3rd in the Bridgerton series, but instead the 3rd season will be based on Quinn's 4th book, Romancing Mr. Bridgerton, and will be about the 3rd son. Many fans, including me, are surprised by this change of direction, but Pollen fans couldn't be happier. Not only this, but Penelope's actor, Nicola Coughlan, said that the romantic journey will be true to the book. She actually said, "I think book fans are going to be happy." So now I'm pretty sure many of us will be hitting those books to find out exactly what the future holds for Penelope and Colin.
Marina, would you like me to stay in?
Not gonna lie though, when it comes to the show, we're a bit concerned about season 3. Penelope and Colin may be a pretty hot topic, but you see, there are a lot of other stories that need to be finished or continued, like the relationship between Kate and Anthony Bridgerton. It certainly drew in a lot of viewers in the previous season. I mean, remember all the memes and lovey-dovey edits? So I'm pretty sure this is the first thing that season 3 will try to show. Then there's also all the trouble between Eloise and Penelope, which the show will have to see through to the end. Penelope and Colin have only been on screen together for 21 minutes so far. Fans of Pollen are worried that season 3 will ruin their happy moment and not spend enough time on the real couple, only because the popular show keeps adding subplots. I have my fingers crossed though, and I'm pretty sure we're all hoping the writers will keep each side story related to the main love story. When it comes to the actual love story though.
But what of him? What of Colin?
You love him.
What?
No, it makes sense now. Your objections, your meddling, you love Colin Bridgerton.
There are some things all of us fans are expecting to see in season 3. Since season 1, it's been clear that Penelope has a crush on Colin, but it's not clear if Colin has the same feelings. So far, they've only been best friends. But in season 3, Penelope will finally have a love story of her own, or at least we hope it goes in that direction. But in season 2, Colin got the impression that Penelope cared about him. Then in the season 2 finale, Penelope's best friend Eloise found out that Penelope had been Lady Whistledown the whole time, which was obviously a big surprise. When the show starts focusing on Penelope and Colin's relationship, she probably won't be able to turn to her reliable friend. So, does that mean she might be going to someone else to figure out her feelings when it comes to Colin? Or will she end up mending her relationship with her best friend?
I owe you an apology. I did not see it at first, but I know you were only trying to prevent me from heartache with Miss Thompson.
What excites me most about Colin and Penelope is the idea that they could start out as friends and end up falling in love. Oh, how I love the friends to lovers arc. And this is something the show hasn't explored before. Season 1 was a more traditional love story, while Season 2 was a brilliant retelling of how Pride and Prejudice style enemies can end up falling in love. Now that we've set all of our expectations out on the table,
Your mama did not just help Marina hide her condition all on her own.
Well, of course not. Every servant in our household knew.
Servant is unlikely.
let's look at some things that we know for sure will happen. In an interview, the new showrunner, Jess Brownell, confirmed season 3 will be for Penelope and Colin. She basically said a lot of the things we've been thinking of ever since season 2 ended. And that's the fact that we've been seeing both of these actors on TV since the first season, and now we've grown a little bit interested in them. According to Brownell, there are these tense moments between them, especially in the most recent season, when Colin is almost aware that Penelope feels the same way about him, but isn't quite there. And apparently, the show's producers didn't want things to stay the same for their season. So now they've decided to move that dynamic forward. Hallelujah! That's literally what we wanted to hear. During seasons 1 and 2, the main leads seem to have had a lot of bad things happen in their past.
How is she, Colin?
She is content.
Good. I'm glad.
Even though Colin and Penelope have also been through some stuff, Jess thinks of them as comic relief on the show, and she expects that we'll get to see more of their comedic side in the upcoming season because of their relationship. But because the comedic side is sort of the side we've seen the most, Jess says she wants to make up for that with a good amount of and romance in season 3 because she thinks that's very important to the show. Okay, the entire thing just got a whole lot more intense. Jess also talked about how seasons 1 and 2 have given both of these characters enough time to build their backstory and their personality.
Most wretched sonnet indeed.
Lord Byron, he's not.
I do not believe so. Good day, Pen.
And now it's time for them to take the lead. Colin spent the first season longing for Marina Thompson and the second season getting over her. Then Penelope has, of course, been thinking about her role as Lady Whistledown in her family and in the world. So these two characters have been thought out very well and are ready to be in the spotlight. Jess didn't really want to give away too much for now, but she did say that season 3 is mostly going to be about two characters who are sort of coming out of the shadows. Colin, as the third son, has been kind of in the background, and Penelope, as Lady Whistledown, has been living a double life and putting on a public face. She's really living on the wall. So it'll be really fun to watch these two step out into the sun and find each other.
I quite liked your design.
Merci beaucoup, Miss Penelope.
I am always so clumsy with my dresses, it seems.
Okay, is it just me, or the more information you get about these two, the more you're dying to find out what happened next for them? Or maybe it's just me. Because recently, some people online have talked about not liking Penelope's season 3 storyline, but it's not what you may think it is. As good and interesting as Pollen sounds, and as happy as the people who ship Pollen are about it, not everyone is happy about it. Penelope does deserve to have her own love story, but fans aren't sure how to feel about the news. It looks like some of them think that she deserves someone better. One fan wrote on Twitter that Colin definitely doesn't deserve Penelope, especially after what he did at the end of the season. Some people even said they weren't excited about the next season of Bridgerton because Penelope isn't their favorite character, but that even she deserves someone better than Colin, who has never made her a priority.
Lady Whistledown's identity is quite protected.
And are we not the two most clever girls in the town? If anyone can find her, it is us, I rather think.
Also, don't forget that Miss Featherington is behind Lady Whistledown, even though she almost let on who she was in the first and second season. Penelope has kept her identity a secret. Since the third season will also go deeper into her character, does that mean that her true identity will be revealed? Or worse, will she be replaced? I guess we'll just have to wait and see. And that's all I know about our favorite Bridgerton ship. See you in the next one.
I know someone with child.
Is it your mama? She's not advanced in age? Why would a woman want to draw more notice to the fact that she is like a bird squawking for a man's attention in some bizarre ritual?
Mama, might I go play with Eloise?
Lady does not play Penelope.
Forgive me, Mama. Might I go promenade for suitors with Eloise?
Very well, then.
People have real problems, mature problems, problems that have nothing to do with the secret identity of some silly writer.
And you are so mature now.
I think the only thing Miss Thompson is interested in is a swift rescue indeed.
I believe you're right.